The wife.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
anybody's wife, even your
all
own.
right, thanks.
Drives films on Thursdays with Eclipse Cinemas Bundoran, flying high to bring you the best films in Ireland. Eclipse.
It's what Thursdays were made for, folks. Let's join our man at the movies, Colin McFadden. He's up there at Eclipse Cinemas in Bundoran. Very good evening, Colin.
Good evening from, I suppose, we're kind of coming from Gay Paris today, except Paris Bundoran, you know, which is slightly different from where we're going with the movie. But we've a big week this week now, and I said this off air, but I'm going to actually say it on air. So you've got to like tone down my waffle this week because we've so much to talk about, so much stuff.
That's why people tune in. They want to hear you waffle.
Well, yeah, you know, I promised to try, but we know how this is going to end up. But will we fire into the first big one already? Will we?
We will indeed.
Okay, so this is one. Anyone who's a regular at Eclipse Cinemas Bundoran will have seen the trailer. Actually, for two of the trailers for this movie, because I saw this trailer a couple of months ago and I latched it into loads of movies straight away because I thought we might have something special here. You're never sure. Sometimes trailers. I was about to say Blackbird had a trailer that looked good, but no, it didn't. But other ones have looked good that have been disappointing, so you never know. And why don't you have a listen to the trailer, and then I'll tell you how we got on today when we watch Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Mrs. Harris lived an ordinary life in London until she dared to dream in style.
I'm going to buy a dress from Paris.
This Friday,
what was I thinking coming here? I'm just a cleaner from London.
taking a chance
You're a cleaner who dreams up the most beautiful gown in the world.
is back in fashion.
I thought it was too late. Now I'm not so sure.
Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris
Wish me luck.
in cinemas Friday.
Ooh, Christmas Eve off in Paris. It sounds fantastic. And it looks great. And that's good.
I always know that you're captured as well. I thought you were going to cut off that clip about 30 seconds earlier and go, oh, he's into this. And you know what? You're right to be. It rewards it. It delivers. It is a tale of absolute loveliness about this, I suppose, char lady who's worked hard, is always good to everyone, really fairly selfless. And she knows her husband isn't coming back, but because his body hasn't been found, she's kind of always hoping. But, you know, it's 9 years after the war. Do you move on with your life or not? But she dreams of pretty things. And she just thinks, just because I'm working class and, you know, a cleaning lady, why shouldn't I have one bit of beauty in my life? Why couldn't I? And she kind of fixated on Dior and things. But, like, let's go and get the dress herself. And she's a series of adventures. Now, it's based on a very famous book. And I saw one review earlier today that kind of compared it to Paddington. And it's not Paddington as in that's a children's story. And this is, now this movie is suitable for everyone, but it is for grown-ups. But in like Paddington, she kind of goes through and makes everyone's life a bit better. And you know what? Makes your life a little bit better after seeing it. It's just one of those movies about goodness, about beauty, about, you know, having hopes and dreams. And it's just absolutely lovely. And like, I am so not the target audience for this. I am
I'm so
just
surprised.
And I found myself going, ooh, dress number 42, because they go to this big parade where all the dresses have numbers. And I go, oh, I really like the blue one. You know, I found myself doing this. It's gorgeous looking. Leslie Manville, who lots of people know probably from TV stuff more than anything else, is absolutely brilliant. Just the right side of believable while also being part of this sort of fairy tale. Cinderella will go to the ball sort of thing. Will
A Disneyland type, is it?
Yeah, but it's Disneyland for grown-ups in the same way maybe Downton is.
Yes.
You know, and I think people who love Downton will like this, although it's better than Downton. But
Okay.
I think people will really enjoy this. I think this would be a huge hit. It'd be one of those that people go and see week after week after week. It's a lovely movie. It will cheer everyone up. Bring your mum, bring your daughter, bring everyone. It's lovely. Absolutely great stuff.
Okay. Now, you got the next one is called Smile, which is described as a supernatural horror film. All right. Call me when you're finished, all right?
Yeah. You, of all the ones that you will hate, I think you might hate this one even a bit more than normal. You're never into the horror movies, and this one is genuinely creepy. It's kind of reminiscent of The Ring, where these people keep on dying, and the last thing they see is this big rictus grin on a face, and then they have it Yeah, for the horror fans, but actually, I have to say, it is one of the better ones. We've a couple. It's obviously we're going to the scary season, so we're going to have Halloween Ends. We're going to have Barbarian. We've quite a few. Pray for Evil, I think it's called. We've a load of scary ones coming up, but this one's really good, and I think the scare fans will love it. It opened on Wednesday, and it's already done very well. So I think. Not
There's
for
a
you,
big
Jamie.
audience for these.
There's a really big audience, and especially coming up to Halloween, people love it. People dress up, people are into it. And this one, lots of screams. I was in the cinema the other evening, and I could actually hear the screams. So that's always a good sign. You know, when it's this, you know, when it was Blackbird, not so much. That's my second Blackbird joke. I promise that's it. Sorry, Michael Flatley. Right, will we go on? Okay, we go on to
that's
the
the
third
Michael
one.
Flatley jokes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go
Now
on to
you
the
got.
third-
I'm told this is an epic film. It's The Woman King. Tell us
Oh
more.
yeah. So again, another trailer I've been playing for a while. I haven't seen it yet. This opens on Tuesday. Which is quite unusual for it to open that early. Usually, you know, they open on a Friday, maybe a Thursday if we're lucky. It opens on Tuesday, and it's based on a true story about a load of women warriors in Africa who went to war in Central Africa. It stars Viola Davis like you've never seen her before. The trailer just has me hooked from the start. I encourage you, Shamey, to look at the trailer after we're done today, and next week you'll be dying to know if it's any good or not. This is for the Top Gun crowd. It's that sort of action movie.
Was it?
It has
Yeah.
John Boyega as a sort of evil king, and there's all these female warriors and all these tests of strength. I was absolutely hook, line, and sinker. It's been a massive hit in the States. It's been out in the States for about 10 days. Absolutely massive hit. And it's one of those that they said, oh yeah, a movie about warrior women and full of black women in the States, it won't sell. Loads of tickets, because good is good is good. And loads of people have gone to it. So I can't wait to see it. It opens on Tuesday in Bundoran.
No, it's not. It is in English. Yes, it's not a.
Oh,
subtitle,
it's
no.
English. It's an American movie.
Yes.
You know, they have vague African accents in the same way, you know, Wild Mountain Thyme had Irish accents, I'd imagine.
Wild Mountain Thyme.
But yeah, this looks like an epic historical action drama. So maybe it's that, you know, I said Top Gun crowd, but it's set in, you know, about 200 years ago. Maybe think more Braveheart in Africa. It's that sort of movie. Looks brilliant. Can't wait to see it.
Okay,
Now,
that sounds to me it is one for the big screen.
Yeah. As you can see, we've big movies coming up, and one that I do want to talk about that was a big movie that went in the past. I went on and on about this movie. It was slated by the critics. It was a huge hit in the cinema, and Uncle Jamie wouldn't go and see it for ages. But I believe since we talked last, you've actually been to see Where the Crawdads Sing.
I have gone, and I was absolutely blown away. And well, we're not supposed to say that, but it was a fantastic movie. Really good movie.
And would it
Drew
be fair,
you in, and you didn't know where it was going, or what, you know.
and would it be fair to say, like, when you went, that was one maybe your other half had picked, and you were kind of going, it might be all right. It wasn't really your pick, your cup of tea, and you got sucked in, didn't you?
I did. I got sucked in, and I couldn't recommend it more. I'd actually go and see it again. You know, that's how much I liked it.
You know when you should go and see it?
Oh, right.
Next Monday night for just a $5. I swear to God, folks, we don't even practice this, but you should go. It's our Mr. Monday. I think it'll be a big one because loads of people loved it, and it's the sort of movie people go, I must go and see it. I read the book, or I'm going to wait and read the book before I see it, and then weeks go by, kids are back in school, and you go, I never got around to see that movie. So one last chance next Monday to see it. I think it's going to be big. So it's a really big week because we've got those Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. We've got The Woman King. Just around the corner, we've got The Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, is that coming? Yes.
Yeah. And next week, we have a movie called The Lost King, which will totally get confused with The Woman King. And Shams are going to go and see the Rob movie, and it's going to be hilarious. And but
I love that.
That's what we're going to do. But it's a really interesting couple of weeks. We've really big movies coming up. We've a kids movie called Lyle Crocodile coming up soon. So after the delay for about the last month, it's been kind of a slow month, hasn't it?
Right.
There's just an explosion of quality movies. And don't worry,
and
darling, they're still packing them in. Yep.
Absolutely. And at the Academy Awards, there'll be, you know, they're sniffing around. It looks like Ireland are going to do really well out of it. Yeah.
Well, I think so.
Well, we're going for nominations anyway.
Yeah, the Colin Farrell movie said he's highly tipped for an Oscar, and we're fingers crossed on Colleen Kuhn, which will be eligible for next year's Oscars. That might go down. I know it's out in Australia at the moment, and it's breaking all sorts of records for a foreign language film, which is brilliant. So good week for the cinema. Get yourself up to Eclipse Pandoran, I suppose.
Absolutely. That is our man of the movies. That's Collie McFadden, all with the latest there from Eclipse Cinemas in Bundoran. Have a good week at the movies, Collie. We'll chat you back here on Thursday.
Bye.